Life is a never-ending cycle of locking in. And then you lock out, and then you lock back in. Hello, my BIBBLEBONKSQUONCULI. What's up? It's time to remember the duality. You literally can't go up unless you're down there. Well, you can be up and then keep going up. But every time you go down, it's just a little less further down, you know? But even if you go all the way to the freaking bottom, guess what? You can go back up. So it's never going to end. It will end when you die. But until then, you're just going to have to keep locking in. You're just going to have to over and over remind yourself to once again return to yourself. You're going to have to keep choosing yourself and evolving until the next challenge happens, and then you have to choose yourself again, even harder. You may have come out of a chapter in your life where you realized that you need to choose yourself. Things got so bad, and you experienced something very intense, and then you were like, oh my god, wait, if I don't lock in, like, it's over. Like, I'm not going to achieve this thing I've always wanted, or like, it really got down to the gritty grit. And you were like, oh, okay, if I don't get it together, it's going to go way downhill, it's going to get it. Okay, so you realized that, and I mean, congratulations if that happened to you. And so you did. You locked in. And maybe it was for a good chunk of time too. You actually probably made a lot of incredible improvement on yourself that you don't give yourself credit for. Because you're measuring yourself against these unrealistic expectations that you will never actually reach, because that is simply a concept, and, you know, humans, you know, us and never being satisfied, because our egos are never satisfied. And there's that meme of that guy, and he's at this place on the stairs, and a few steps up from him, he's looking up, and he's like, oh, look at those pros. They're so much better than me at this stuff, and why would anyone ever appreciate what I have to offer? But if you turn around, if this guy were to turn around, he would see that there's about 50 steps he's already climbed. And there's about 5 steps separating him from these pros that he hails as the ideal. There's always going to be someone doing better than you. And there's always going to be somebody doing worse. So let's actually take a moment. Let's take a freaking moment. And let's appreciate how far you've come already. Hold on. Let's appreciate that time that you did lock in. Which I'm sure you've had to many times if you're a human living right now. That's literally... It's a continuing cycle. But somehow, every time we do it, we forget. Part of being human, I feel like, is forgetting our own cyclical nature. And, like, forgetting that in good times that we will be sad again. And forgetting in sad times that we will feel happy again. And it's just so immersive. I mean, I guess that's cool about being human, being alive. It's very immersive. You will not catch me remembering what happiness is if I'm really down in the dumps. You will not catch me thinking I could ever be sad again if I'm really feeling euphoric. The other day I went outside and it was sunny. Like springtime, like it felt like spring. And I went, oh, I'm never gonna be sad again. I'm never crashing out again. Crashed out today. Crashed out yesterday. But that one day though, I held it. I held it in my sweet little palms, and I put energy to my heart, and I went, at least eventually I'll always feel this happiness again. So eventually you will feel that happiness again. But you probably locked in. And maybe you created some really awesome habits. And maybe you cleared out some people in your life that were really not supposed to be there. And that was amazing. That was amazing. But after you level up, you stay at that level for a while, and then that starts to feel like the new normal, right? And then you start to get comfortable. And then another thing happens that makes you realize, oh, I've grown. I need to make more changes. And then you realize you need to lock in and level up again. It can be so upsetting after a period of working so hard to take care of yourself and to transcend your current circumstances. Like maybe, like if you were in an unhappy place in life and you worked hard to get out of that, or even just worked hard mentally to like come to the conclusion that you needed change, that takes hard work. It takes hard work to be alive. And on top of all this base stuff that we have to do to stay alive, like think about how many hours in a day we spend eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom, poo-poo, okay? And, you know, pursuing our hobbies. On top of that, you gotta work. This is capitalism we're talking about here. On top of all that, for you to even have the capacity to, like, consider your emotions or to realize that you need some sort of change or to even execute any type of positive change in your life, like, seriously, I cannot stress enough how much you should applaud yourself. And you should honestly, if you want to, please write down a list of things that you've done in the past year or so that, like, that you're proud of. Even if they're small things, because chances are there's plenty of habits you have now and ways of taking care of yourself and things that you do for yourself that you used to not do. And you don't give yourself enough credit for the fact that you do them because they're now your habits. And that was your goal. Your goal was to have those good habits. So for any good habit you have, bro, please give yourself credit. So you go through all this stuff to realize that you need change, to realize that it's time to level up. And you keep your energy right and you get your surroundings right. And then you go, that was great. Great job. I succeeded. And I'm going to kick back now because I deserve a break. And of course you deserve a break, okay? There's a world constantly telling us that we need to always be working and we need to always be improving ourselves. Like, I'm like self-improvement. I've been having gripes with that term because I technically make content about, improving yourself, da, 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 da. I'm just trying to help you feel a little better, bro. I'm just trying to help you feel a little better, man. Girl, you're allowed to want to kick back. You're allowed to want to kick back. Again, the world is just telling you to do so much all the time. And so what the heck is that? Taking a break is a radical thing to do, honestly. Oh, look at the sunlight coming through. Oh, you see, bro? You see, bro? It's all okay in the end. And maybe you just need to go outside. So, of course, you're going to be like, oh, well, I want to take a break. I just worked so hard to, like, get myself out of these crappy circumstances. And, of course, you deserve that break. But. And why is there always a but? Why is there always a booty, for real? I love booty, but not that kind of... Bro. But what I'm really trying to tell you, like, what I'm really trying to get across to you is that there's a difference between allowing yourself to relax into and enjoy your achievements and give yourself credit and using your hard work and the things that you've done as an excuse to revert back to your old patterns or bad habits. Don't relax max so hard that you just go, well, maybe it's okay for me to just be my old self again. I need to close this window, bro. Hold the door. Don't get too comfortable. Be comfortable, but don't get too comfortable. And you're probably, I don't blame you if you're sick of me. I don't blame you if you're literally like, shut up. I don't need to hear this. Okay. Not everyone needs to hear it, man. It's not everyone's truth. But if you're keeping leveling up, bro, and by level up, I don't mean climb a social ladder, climb the capitalist financial ladder. I mean, it's not even an up or down thing. Expand your awareness and your knowing of yourself and expand your compassion for yourself. And just remember that if something works for you, you are stronger than an occasional moment of weakness, dude. Okay? And if you just have to be aware of slippery slopes. It's like when you quit an addiction and then you go, okay, I quit and I quit for this long. What a good job. I did such a good job. What a great thing. I can't believe I was able to do that. Now as a reward, I'm going to be an addict again. No. Oh, that's not, because yes, relax into your achievements, give yourself credit. Give yourself credit. But credit does not have to mean that you just completely stop doing everything. That you give up. And success is funny like that because you're like, oh, I finally succeeded. Yay. Now I have to keep doing that and I have to keep choosing myself and I have to keep staying consistent with those habits because this is the life I chose. And now I have something that I actually care about that I want to protect. If you've been able to get to a good place at all, if you've been able to make any positive change and you want to protect that, congratulations. You've made something beautiful for yourself that you want to protect. That's saucy. That is swaggadocialicious. And congratulations. Like, wow. Hold that close to your heart. And any work you do that you consider like, oh, I'm going to work towards this thing. Blah, 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 blah. Even me sitting here right now, I procrastinated making this video all day. And still, I need to lock in and go, are you kidding, girl? All I've ever wanted is to do this. How am I going to sit here and complain? Sure, I'll let myself do it. I'll complain, I'll procrastinate, but at the end of the day, I lock in and I become grateful and I say what I need to say. I say what I need to say. Look, dude, I got a silver watch, bro. I had one before, but it broke. And now, like, my whole, like, jewelry setup goes together, bro. Hello, bro. That's been my vocal stim recently. Anyway, there's so much nuance to what I'm saying here. There's so many circumstances, like, you could be actually overcoming an addiction. You could be overcoming people from your past, whether it be friendships or, like, relationship stuff. You could be trying to work towards a career that you're actually happy doing. And I try not to give advice that is too specific, like, you have to do this. But basically what I'm saying is you literally should give yourself credit, and you should let yourself relax. But relaxing does not mean falling back into a toxic pattern. And let me also say, taking a few steps backward does not mean that you messed the whole thing up. It is a necessary part of the growing and healing process. And if you're constantly guilting yourself every single time you have an urge, or that you give in just a little, you dip your toe into something like a bad habit, you're cutting yourself off from a natural human experience. And as long as you are aware of your own patterns, and you are aware of the slippery slopes, and you know you've put in an effort to get to know yourself and what's going to ultimately be good and bad for you, you will be fine. It really, like, being aware of it is the first step. And even if you mess it all up and all the work you did, all the progress seemingly goes to like nothing, it just all crumbles, you have a tower moment, guess what? You're not back at square one. You will not be back at square one, because now you've gained wisdom. If you were here and you went here and you again, and I this is not doing the gesture justice, because it's not up and down. It's just if you were here and then you were here and then you fall back down here, you remember what it was like to be there. You've still done that. You now have experience in climbing that and getting here. And regardless of the up and down scale here, if you were here and now you're here, there's no possible way for you to go back here, because your awareness has expanded beyond this little circle, bro. It's beyond this little circular. It's here now. And when you fail and you have to get back up again, guess what? Bam. Everything is just expansion. And you will be so much more proud of yourself, because this too shall pass. This too shall pass, bro. Thank you for letting yourself grow and change, because what are we doing here? Humanity, what are we doing? At the end of the day, we're specks. Less than specks. We are not even a hair in the butthole of the universe, ultimately. What did I just say, bro? And challenge your limiting beliefs. There are so many subconscious beliefs that we hold about ourselves, of like, if you just have always believed about yourself, probably from childhood or something, like, oh, there's this specific thing that I will never be able to do. Like, for me, for so long, I was like, I will never release music because I'm too mentally blocked to release music. Guess what, y'all? I'm playing a show. I play shows now. My music is out. Stream my music. I never thought I'd do it. And every day you have to challenge these subconscious beliefs about yourself, because everything could change. A way that you believe that you are, and you are so reserved in believing that about yourself, you are so stubborn in that belief, that could change. And you could be different. And you are absolutely capable. Because you are the biggest thing ever, and you are simultaneously a speck. And change is possible. And regardless of what you do, and if you mess up, your consciousness is expanding. And one day we will all be gone. And I mean that in the most comforting way. And humans have always been weird and suffering. But there is also the moments of joy. So in those moments of joy, place your hand on your heart and appreciate yourself, because damn, you've made it through every single day of your life so far. And I'm proud of you. So keep walking in, I guess. Love you guys. Stream my music if you want. Check out my other videos. And I think I'm going to start doing OZ zones maybe every other week. I'm really slammed with school and life right now because I'm pursuing my dreams. And I have big plans for myself as a human. So thank you for supporting me so much. Again, I take it for granted and I don't give myself enough credit, but then I do. And then I remember and I lock back in. And you guys are always a factor when I choose myself again every time. I think of you guys. And I go, they would want me to choose myself, and they would want me to remember how dope I am. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I love all of you. Have a lovely day. Keep believing in yourselves. Bye. Mwah.